Hello, Pierre.
Hello.
So the automotive battery cell market is highly competitive. Why did Leclanché develop its own cell, and how do you differentiate the EV fleet market from the automotive market?
So when we decided to go into the large format lithium-ion batteries, we targeted markets where the performance requirements are quite different from those required for the automotive market. So in order to be able to develop the most performant solutions, we decided that we also needed to control the cells and control how the cells were manufactured, how they were designed, and how we continue to develop them. And for that reason, we took the decision to control the entire value chain, going from the cell manufacturing to the integration and system manufacturing. This brings us the ability of offering to the markets that we address, which are different in terms of requirements and in terms of performance, a solution that's more adapted to their needs, rather than taking a one-solution-fits-all approach.
Okay, thank you. And how much time and investment did Leclanché expend in order to enter the EV market?
So if we take it from the industrialization phase, I'd say the process covering sales system, all of the development and process development and production equipment installation was probably a process around 10 years, covering around 10 years. In terms of investment, obviously there's direct investment in R&D, there's investment in production equipment, there's investment in market growth, market penetration. If you put everything together, it's going to be several $100 million that were invested into getting into this market and developing the technology required for this market.
Okay. And what are some of your showcase clients and activities in North America?
So we're very much focused on heavy-duty applications, marine, railway, some road transport, non-passenger EV. So that's the market that we don't address today. In the marine market, we've done a number of large vessels covering pure electric vessels, which are typically ferries. You see the first ones were done in Northern Europe, Scandinavian countries, where there's a lot of ferry activities for short haul. We are now implementing 2 ferries in North America, Ontario Lake, similar, relatively short haul. We've also got a number of vessels running in a hybrid mode, and these are for longer haul, typically Mediterranean operation, where the vessels that have traditional drivetrains, traditional power generation on board, but go to full electric mode when in harbor. So the zero emission, harbor zero emission structure. And then the railway where we're going to help expand the electrification. Again, from the European market, it's expanding really the electrification because a lot of the railway is already electrified. But there are on secondary routes a lot of sectors or sections of the railway where catenary is not present, so we have to replace diesel generators covering those sections with batteries. Whereas in North America, it's longer haul freight trains, and there it's really about hybridization with different generation sources rather than diesel engines going to fuel cells, and using batteries for the power management.
Okay, interesting. And what are your plans in terms of addressing the US marketplace?
So as I said, we are addressing a number of projects through our clients. So we're sort of drawn into the US market through our clients. In marine, railway, it's been a bit similar. But as we grow and as our clients grow, we're going to have a more and more presence on the US market. I think the US market in the areas of marine and railway has different requirements, but it's perhaps a little bit behind Europe in its implementation, but it's catching up and it's starting. So, as we come in with our partners, I think we'll have to grow our presence and help develop some of these technologies for the local market.
Great. And what would you say is coming next in terms of trends and innovation in the battery space?
So In terms of battery, I mean, battery will continue to evolve. Batteries have, over the history of batteries, have always been gradually improving year after year. Revolutions in battery have not been seen. It's unlikely to see any today. Can never say never, but history shows that that's not the way it works. But what we are seeing is that the batteries are going more and more towards very large applications. And as you go to these large applications, the safety concerns around the battery are considerably higher than in a passenger car. Take a ferry, the battery size is the size of several hundred cars. So it's a different dimension, and the safety concerns are very different as well. And that's a big driver in terms of development at the cell level, at the system level, and integration level.
Interesting, yeah, that all makes sense. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you. Thank you.